Firefox updated their terms of service recently to cover their asses because the legal definition of what constitutes selling your data changed. So Firefox updated its terms of service, and they went through on their privacy policy and various other spots on their website, and they started removing references to "we do not sell your data." This caused immediate backlash and outlash from the community that uses Firefox, and especially the Linux community, so much to the point where users are like, hey, should we just completely abandon Firefox on Linux Mint? As this is a really common, especially whenever it comes to political things, people throw misinformation out there, and then they just go based off of assumption, and all of a sudden you've got this large bandwagon where people are just piling on one after the other. If you just read Firefox's privacy policy, then you'll know that they treat your data with respect and that they're not selling your data. They're not an evil corporation. But nonetheless, it has gotten regular Firefox users interested in trying to find an alternative. And hey, man, I am all for that. So I've got 3 alternatives right here. If you are on the KDE Plasma desktop on Linux, you can try out Angelfish, which, by the way, Angelfish, if you're using KDE Plasma Mobile, which is going to be the Linux desktop for a Linux phone, then Angelfish is the default browser for that. There's also Falkon, and then there's the OG Konqueror. So Konqueror was like the original modern web browser. So it used to run on this rendering engine called KHTML, which Apple eventually forked, and they turned it into WebKit, which they now use for Safari. And now Konqueror uses WebKit for their rendering engine too. They also have the option to switch back to the old KHTML. And Konqueror is also marketed as being a file browser, because if you didn't know this, all web browsers are also file browsers. Like, you can just browse your home folders and all that stuff directly from here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, pop in, try out Konqueror. Let me know what you think of it. I like it. And if you really like the KDE Plasma desktop, like, you can see that all of your buttons and everything are very familiar. All of your icons look the same. One thing, whenever you do try it out, make sure that you pop in and configure it and look up tabs. You need to turn this option off to get the tabs to show up from the get-go. The default is to hide tabs unless you open something else in a tab. And anyway, try it out. Let me know what you think. Firefox is not evil. Spread the word.